Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today is the first episode in the public server. I did make an announcement on my main channel about this, and the videos are going to be uploaded on this channel just so I don't have any stress of having to upload them on certain days and things like that. I will have the announcement for this server linked in the description. Anyone can join it as long as you have Minecraft Java. So if you want to check that out, then that will be linked somewhere in the top of the description. And we are going to start. I'm not going to go over everything within Spawn because I covered that within the first video, but I will just do a quick little recap of what this series is. It's going to be a modded survival series where anyone can join. There is no cost involved. That is a lot of creepers. We're not going to go that way. But the modded server is themed around most of the mods that we have released. So things like the Tricky Trials Plus, Trails and Tales Plus, Gardens Awakens Plus, the Age of Wars, and things like that. Now I do have a few plans on what I want to do within this server. And the main thing, I want to mess around with the mods. Me and the team who help with them spend so much time working on them. And we haven't really got to play with them in a full-blown survival world yet. We obviously playtest them and things like that, but most of the time we are going in between creative and survival to make sure things work. I'm especially looking forward to messing around with Tricky Trials Plus because I haven't really messed around with that since we done the revamp. And also mods like Gardens Awakens Plus that now has fog within the Pale Garden, which makes exploring Pale Gardens a lot better. Now, I guess the first thing we are going to do is hunt for a place to build. At the moment, we are within the spawn island, and what was that? I just saw it shoot. It is right there. I'm pretty sure they are really powerful, and they'll probably one-hit me if I go near them. There's a butterfly bush. I'm going to take this because you can see it produces butterfly particles, and they are really useful within building. Now, I'm trying to find some source of food, and I can't seem to find any mobs at all. There is a nether portal right there. The nether is currently locked. It has to be unlocked by killing the event. I will hopefully be covering the event in this video. We have 4 days until one spawns. And we are now at a village. I guess let's just take some of the food from this because we are almost dead. We're on 1 heart with 3 hunger. Now also in the comments, let me know what you guys would like to see within this series. And also one thing to mention, I haven't done a survival SMP in years, I think about 2 years. So bear with me, it's going to take some time getting used to again. Oceans are really dangerous with the bubbles in them. They are shooting me even out of the boat. I'm recording this like 4 days after the server opened, so people have explored pretty much most of the area around spawn. And that's a bear. Nope, they are aggressive, and from what I've heard, they deal a lot of damage, so I'm not going to go near him. I think he does drop some food though, but I don't think it's worth it, because if he hits me, then he's probably going to kill me, and I don't want to die. This is a pretty nice area with a lot of flat land. If there is a village nearby, then I might just set up near here, because villagers at the moment are really good because you can't get to the nether, and there is obviously the nether villager, so it makes getting nether items possible. Also with MO Villagers mod, which we have installed, there's hares. What is it to tame them? I forgot what it was. Was it carrots? These are really adorable, and I think I want to tame one. Okay, there is a village here, but it seems like someone has set up right here. I do not know who this is. They've got an enchantment table. They have a ladder. Oh god, phantoms. Let's quickly just head down here. Okay, a ladder that goes down to a load of beds. I can't even sleep in them because I'm guessing it's claimed. I'm trying to get food, but this skeleton is trying to kill me. So I'm just going to wait for it to burn. And then there we go. It should be 1 tap and it's dead. That is a gale, and it's a thunderstorm one. Meaning that spawned during a thunderstorm. Has someone collected that? Because it don't look like it's been collected by someone. I'm jumping into a cave to grab some iron to make a bucket, because that is quite a rare find. They only spawn during thunderstorms, I believe. Maybe possibly also rain. I have just found the cutest mob in the game, a red panda. I don't think you can tame these. I think they were kind of like foxes. There's another one over there. Let's see if I can grab some bamboo real quick. We are within a sparse jungle. I think bamboo can spawn here. It doesn't seem like you can tame the red pandas. They are more like foxes where you can make them trust you so they don't run away but they won't follow you. That's a shame. We'll have to come back here once I get some leads, because then obviously we can take them with us. There's a big massive cave down here. Do I want to go down there? Yes, but before we do that, I am going to quickly just make a bed, because it's currently day 269, and on the next 0, which is going to be 270, we are going to get the core spawn, and I want to make sure that we can obviously defeat that. So I've just set my spawn. Now if I do /home, yes, it teleports me to the bed. That's good. I'm currently in the cave. I have just found some diamonds. I currently can't pick them up because I only have a stone pickaxe. And I don't think I have enough materials to smelt and get an iron one. Although I might. That seems like it's going to be pretty close. Can you smelt wool? I don't know. I think you can. If we can, there we go. That's also going to get us. But it's done anyway. Let's now quickly just make a iron pickaxe. And we can now grab these diamonds. And there we go. We now have full copper armor. We have a diamond sword and also a diamond pickaxe. I think that's how we're going to go for now. I don't care about getting better armor just yet. We obviously will when we get the upgrade. I'm also going to keep the iron pickaxe just for blocks that I don't want to waste the diamond durability on. And there we go. The core has spawned. So we now need to defend it. And the devs will just spawn in a area around. All the others are going to do most of the work because they have way better enchanted armor and tools, but we are obviously just going to sit here and help if any of them get close. The aim of this is the devs that help with the mods that make it possible, that help with textures, models and things like that, they spawn. And they have to try and get to the core, and they have to kill it before it reaches 0. You can see at the moment the time is ticking down. It's got 5 seconds left. And as soon as that reaches 0, it will explode and give us some dev letters. But as I said, at the moment, we are looking into changing this so it works a little bit different, which I'll obviously show that when we do. But we can now donate to one of these to increase them. And at the moment, everyone is going to unlock the Nether. I have now come out of the cave with a little bit of iron and 10 diamonds. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, probably make some armor. But I found some hairs, and I've now got carrots. So how do I tame these? There we go. I think they are now tamed. And they're going to make a baby. That is adorable. I forgot what they looked like. Now they're going to follow me. Wait, you're not tamed by default? That's weird. I thought babies are meant to be tamed if the adults are. Okay, that don't matter. We now have 3 hairs, and I guess they're just going to follow us. They are quite slow though, so we are probably going to have to wait for them. Although I think, like wolves, they should teleport if I get too far away. It has now been a few days since I last recorded. And we are now at a village. I located this village. There are some villagers left. I think there are 3 in there. There was 1 baby at one point, but I think it's now grown up. So that's enough to create a breeder so we can obviously get more. It is a savanna, which isn't the best biome in the world, but there is a plains biome just over there in the distance. So we can always set up here for now and move over there in the future if we don't like the savanna. I have set up my chests and I've also started setting up some food. Now, there is currently no one online, and that is because I have just updated the server. The event, or the core that spawns once every 5 Minecraft days, now works slightly different. So we're going to see that in a second. We might see the new version. It is a 50-50 that we see the new version or the old version. So we are going to head over to the event. I don't think I'm going to do that good because it's only me and this event is built for more than 1 person. Okay, so we got the old one where we have to just keep this alive for 2 minutes. Now, doing this is fairly easy. As long as we don't get any that spawn too close to the core, then we should be able to do this solo. And at the moment, we have got pretty lucky. Okay, this is now where it starts getting a bit difficult, where more than 1 spawn, and they all try to attack. Let's quickly just get rid of these. We don't have enchantment, so it is slightly harder. We've got 5 seconds left, so as long as we can just hit these away from it, and we managed to complete it. We only got 4 dev letters, but that's because we were solo. So we're now going to teleport back home, because I want to do some things for our base. Did that villager get out of there? I don't think it should have done. This one is a lumberjack, which is the crafting table. No, there's still 3 inside of there. So this one must have come from somewhere else. I have no clue where though. That one can stay there because that one is absolutely fine. Let's get back to doing some crafting. So the first thing I'm going to craft up is a book so we can make a enchantment table, because then we can get some enchantments and get a little bit more OP. We do at some point need to improve our armor. Let's also then make a furnace so we can start smelting some of the iron we have. And then the next thing I think I want to do is make a backpack. I did collect the resources so we can craft one of these. We need 4 string and a chest. We have 5 string right there. And then we have the wood to make a chest. This just means we don't need to empty our inventory as often while exploring. But the question is, how do I upgrade this? We currently have a normal leather one, but I'm pretty sure you can upgrade this to copper. If I quickly just search, yeah, there we go, copper backpack. So what does that do? That makes it go from 9 slots to, okay, an extra 2 rows. Then we can upgrade it to a iron one. That means we only need 4 iron. Then we can make it go from iron to gold, I believe. And that requires 8 gold ingots. I don't think we have that. We have 7. Okay, we are 1 short. I think for now, the iron one is probably going to be enough. We're not going to have that much storage on us. I guess the next thing I want to do is jump into a cave so we can grab some resources. We need some lapis, obviously, so we can get enchanting. I also want to grab some tuff so I can start building some kind of foundation for some kind of starter base. I have been in the caves now for a while. I have 25 diamonds. I just killed a spider and got a spider egg. Now that is quite rare. I think it's nearly the same drop chance as a wither skeleton skull. But we also did just find this. This is naturally generated spider eggs. They can spawn in the center, which you can see there is one right there. I think you need silk touch or shears to be able to pick up the spider cobwebs. I don't think it breaks with your fist, because I would really like to collect some of this. It's very useful to build with, and I don't currently have any iron. I only have 7 on me, and I don't have any coal to smelt it. Although I don't think them spider eggs are that rare. And once you find one of them, you can bone meal the vines, or they grow naturally, so they're not going to be that hard to obtain. So now we're back on the surface, let's quickly just do some crafting. I think I'm going to craft a full set of armor with the diamonds, just because that is obviously going to be useful, and it will help us stay protected. Now we can also get enchanted. Let's quickly just place this down and throw some of this in. Now it's only going to be basic level because we don't have 30 levels. We don't really have a good source of experience, but for now that is going to be okay, I guess. We can always improve it later, but we now have a full set of armor and also enchanted tools. Now let's start building the farms. We're going to need some farms set up, so we have things like food. And I think I want to set them up right here on this hill. So what we're going to do is we're going to have one here. And I think these are going to be maybe 8 by 8 because that's how far water flows. So here we go. Here is the first platform we have built. I also want to make sure it connects all the way down into the ground so we can't see any dirt on the foundation blocks to make it look like the foundation obviously has gone deep. These blocks here will also have to be changed. With that now being done, I'm going to fill in the center with dirt, and I just need to grab some. I have also noticed that there is a mangrove forest over there. Maybe mangrove wood would be really cool to build with, and also the mud. So I've now filled this platform with dirt. I have placed in the center a waterlogged ominous slate, just so it's the color of water, but I can walk on it without falling in. So now let's quickly just go and craft up some stairs. I think stairs, we are going to craft up bricks. Can bricks be turned into stairs? I believe so. Yes, they can. And that is just so it's not the same. There is some difference in texture between the two. And then we're going to have it go up to there. Then this is where the next one is going to start. Once again, being exactly the same size. The question is, do we want it offset so it's not like even? For now, we can build it even. I can always destroy it after. There we go. This is what I have so far. And it just goes up to another platform. I need to fill this platform in. And I think that's what we're going to leave it as for now. 2 is going to be enough. We're going to grow carrots and then also probably wheat, as I think they are the 2 things that we own at the moment. I'm just going to head down here to the mangrove. Let's grab a sapling of mangrove. And I want to grab clay, because then we can make a flower pot. Making a flower pot should then mean we can make a florist villager, which can trade things like flowers and also saplings. Hang on a second, there is also what looks to be a dig site right here. This is where the mangrove swamp is. Our house is literally just up there. This dig site, if this is what I think it is, if this dig site hasn't been looted, it could possibly get us a sniffer. No, not a sniffer, a sniffle, which is a version of the sniffer. Now, I don't need the bed or the crafting table, and I don't think it's been looted. That has just given us a emerald, not really useful to us. It's a bit easier with jade because I can see the difference. Okay, there is quite a lot of suspicious dirt down here. I think there's 3 pieces. This is a pot. No, that's leather. I thought that was a pottery sherd then. This one, yes, this is a sniffer egg. Okay, that is exactly what we want. Let's grab that. And we need another one if we can. What is that? That's an ender pearl. Ender pearls are always going to be useful. And what is that? Is that a sniffer egg? No, that is a cracked sniffer shell. Oh, that's also going to be useful. That is used to craft up a hollowed sniffer egg, I believe, which is a decorative one. It doesn't hatch, and we need 2 of them. Okay, so we're halfway there, and it looks like we've just got another one, because yes, that is definitely not a sniffer egg. So if I throw these in a crafting table, we now have a hollowed sniffer egg. I like that. That's going to be useful because we are then going to be able to build with that and use it as decoration. We've also just got a bit of suspicious tuff. Now, I don't think suspicious tuff is useful when it comes from that, because if I brush it, yeah, it doesn't have any loot inside of it. Now, I'm just mining out this little cavern, because this cavern can normally have quite a lot of suspicious blocks. And at the moment, I have got 2 pottery sherds. We got spores, and then we also got another pigling one. And that is now another pigling one. Okay, so that's now 3 of them. I think that's all the suspicious blocks within this, though. I think the rest is just going to be normal dirt. Note, we have another one right here. We also just got an armor trim from here. What armor trim is that? Where did it go? Wait, no, it wasn't an armor trim. It was a pitcher pod. Okay, for a second now, I thought that was an armor trim. I don't know why. We've now just got a sniffle eggshell. Now, I do want to show the other use for these, but I don't know if I want to waste this. But I will show this. You can also click it on blocks that have suspicious versions. So if I quickly just show that. We obviously have sand and gravel, but then we also have dirt, clay, moss, and the tuff. And if you click it on one of these, it turns it suspicious, and then you can brush it for more loot. This time around, we got a mangrove log. But now we have got a lot of different blocks. We can start decorating the area around this build. So the first thing I am going to do, I'm going to break some of the blocks in these little patches just to give it some decoration. And I think this area here is going to be mud. So I'm just going to place some of this down. Let's then also just put some of the muddy mangrove roots on the edge. So it's kind of like the mud and the grass is mixing up with each other. Okay, how do I get that texture? Is this directional? I never knew that. Okay, so it turns out mud is directional. Something like that should be good. And then maybe we should have another piece of mud right there just to make it blend in. Then let's also do the same on this side. And the reason I've done this is because I want these to go here. Let's now just place some mud below them. Let's make these maybe muddy mangrove roots just to show that it's been a bit muddy under there. And my idea is if I place that there, okay, that is visible with then the pigling one on the side. And I was thinking I could put a wall there. Now, I think I'm going to leave that like that for now because it doesn't look terrible. I think I need to maybe just sit with it for a few days to get some ideas. Now, we are also going to place down the sniffle egg. I think that's going to be placed down like right there. No, let's maybe move it forward by 1. Just because I think that's cool decoration. It's something that will never hatch, so we don't need to worry about a sniffer popping out. And I also want to use the firefly bushes and also the butterfly bushes. So we're going to place one right there. And then I also think we're going to place one right there. And that will now give us some butterfly particles in the area. And also at night time some of the fireflies. Now one of the final things I want to do is make some piles of mud. And this is just to decorate the area around. We can also do this with dirt. So let's craft up some of them as well. And I just want to add some piles to like the end here. just to make it look like the dirt has eroded around it without having it as full blocks, because I think the full blocks kind of ruin the look of it. I think that looks pretty good. We can also extend this up a bit more so it goes up into the area. I think that looks good, and then possibly maybe here. I've now run out. I also wanted to add some of the mud ones in this area, just to make it look like the mud has over time been stepped on and it's been kind of lowered, but then also in some places it's been pushed a little bit higher. And I don't think that looks terrible. I think that looks good. It's obviously got a bit of decoration. Now, it's not going to be final because we are obviously going to have more of these farms. We need about 4 in total, so we're going to have another one there and also another one there. And then we'll also decorate these areas once them ones are built. One thing about that though is I don't think you get the seeds back for it. And do I want to get a pitcher plant? Let's quickly just have a look, because I think we can make a golden pitcher plant which mutes mobs, and I don't really care about muting mobs just yet. There is nothing for the pitcher one, but if I look at the recipes for the pitcher pod, we can make some blocks with it. We can make the pitcher block, which gets us 8 with some bamboo. But then we can also make slabs and the pitcher pod, which gets us 3. And this pitcher pod is just like a flower pot. I think I want to do this. I think I want to save this and then get some bamboo and do it this way, because I think this is going to be way more useful for the one we have.
But anyway, guys, I think that is where I'm going to end this video. We got a lot of progress done. We have got a starter base. I'm not currently at the base because I've already started recording the next episode, so there are currently spoilers. But I hope you guys did enjoy this first episode on the server. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and also my main channel. They will be linked in the description so you don't miss any future episodes and any future announcement for the mods that we have on the server. And also don't forget, the next episode will be uploaded on Thursday. I think that is June 4th. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.